You've probably heard the term raw vegan tossed around, often with strong opinions attached. Some people describe it as life-changing, more energy, clearer thinking, a simplified relationship with food. Others call it extreme or unrealistic. The truth sits somewhere between those extremes. Raw veganism is a distinct plant-based approach that asks a simple question: what if you mostly ate foods in, or very near, their natural state? In this video, you'll get a clear, friendly walkthrough of what raw veganism is. At its core, raw veganism centers on uncooked or minimally heated plant foods, usually kept below about 118 degrees Fahrenheit, 48 degrees Celsius. The idea is straightforward: keep food as close to how nature intended as possible. That means no meat, no dairy, and no typical cooking methods like frying, baking, or boiling. It also often means minimizing processing, additives, and refined ingredients. Advocates believe that heat can alter enzymes and reduce certain nutrients. Think of it as a philosophy, as much as a diet: simplicity, freshness, and the idea that less manipulation equals more life in your plate. A raw vegan plate looks bright and hydrated. Fresh fruits and vegetables dominate: juicy mangoes, crisp apples, dense kale, and tender sprouts. Leafy greens and microgreens are staples because they're nutrient-rich and versatile. Nuts and seeds show up frequently, but usually after soaking or sprouting to make them easier to digest. Cold-pressed oils, like extra virgin olive or coconut, add richness without heat. Meals are often raw soups, chilled salads, blended smoothies, and dehydrated foods that mimic crackers, bread, or crunchy snacks. Dehydrators become a kitchen essential for creating textures that raw diets otherwise lack. The visual is colorful and simple: a bowl of sliced fruit, a leafy salad sprinkled with soaked almonds, a creamy avocado dressing, or a blended green smoothie with a handful of sprouts on top. People are drawn to raw veganism for a mix of practical and personal reasons. Some want simpler, whole food eating: fewer labels, fewer ingredients, more recognizable items on the plate. Others are curious about digestion and gut health. Raw foods are often high in water and fiber, which can feel lighter and more hydrating. Many report a sense of increased energy or mental clarity after a raw phase, attributing it to reduced processed food intake and more micronutrients. Ethical or environmental concerns also play a role. Choosing plants over animals aligns with certain values around animal welfare and reduced resource use. For a lot of people, it isn't about rigid rules. It's about being intentional, reconnecting with natural flavors, and experimenting with a cleaner, simpler way to eat. Raw veganism isn't a magic fix, and it comes with real challenges. Social situations, dinners, family gatherings, winter comfort foods can feel awkward. In colder climates, relying only on raw, chilled foods might feel impractical or unappealing. Preparation can be time-intensive. Soaking nuts, sprouting beans, dehydrating crackers, and prepping raw sauces takes planning. Nutritionally, if you don't plan well, you can end up low in calories or missing nutrients like B12, iron, or omega-3s. Many people choose supplements or careful food combinations to cover gaps. Critics also point out that some foods are more nutritious or safer when cooked, like whole grains, certain beans, and some vegetables that unlock nutrients with heat. That's why many people settle on a middle path, mostly raw or partial raw, using cooked foods where helpful while keeping a large portion of the diet fresh and uncooked. Raw veganism is a meaningful experiment for many people, a way to reset habits, discover new textures and flavors, and ask what happens when you eat closer to nature. It's not one size fits all. Some people embrace it long-term and thrive. Others use it as a short-term reset or a springboard into more plant-forward eating. If you're curious, try it with curiosity and flexibility. Start by adding a few raw meals a week. Learn simple prep techniques like soaking nuts or making raw dressings, and pay attention to how your body and energy respond. The central question remains elegant and inviting: what changes when your food stays near its natural state? Try it, notice how you feel, and make choices that fit your life, not someone else's label.